Listen, if you're going at terminal velocity, hitting water is identical to hitting concrete.
I did know that you could.
Oh, wow, dude, I'm in a rave. What the fuck is going on? I'm not even joking, dude. This is... I'm freaking out, man. Does this normally happen?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. Dude, they got black lights in every single one of these windows.
We now control the base. This shit ain't running no more.
I gotta get out of here. Hey guys, it's Fake Thriller, and what do you think about that little light show going on? This is some Xbox gameplay, and that was Xbox, and obviously that shit doesn't happen on anything but Xbox, so we all know what that means. Xbox is the worst Battlefield 3 platform. I'm just joking, but I told the puppy that I would rag on Xbox a little bit because I'd never seen that before, and it's probably just like a little color glitch. It's really not that big of a deal. But what you're watching here is me, Snoov, and the puppy were playing on Domovan Peak. We're playing some Rush, and I decided, because I'm usually so against playing Recon that most of the time I play on Xbox, I will be playing Recon. So bear with the gameplay. I mean, it's not the best, but I do pull off a few headshots. But the only bad thing is I die a lot, especially in the cave a little bit later, because, you know, a Recon versus a tank and a bunch of soldiers around that tank does not equal good thing for me. I want to apologize if I sound like a toddler that has to blow his nose really bad. I was sick last week, like I had strep throat, which was pretty bad, and then I got better from that. But then almost immediately after being cured, I got this weird cold. It doesn't even affect it's not like a head cold. It's just I've got a cough and I've got a stuffed up nose. But, sorry, well, you guys don't give a shit. But that's why I sound funny. I actually got down on A here, and I thought I did a pretty good job at defending it. I didn't even, I play this so rarely. It's fun to actually play the old school maps from Battlefield. This reminds me of the launch night. If you go back, you guys should go back and look at our channel. I think one of the very first releases of Battlefield, or videos of Battlefield 3 that we put up was Snoov's release day thoughts, and I don't even remember what he said. I think he said he liked it, but that'd be fun to go back and sort of see where we came from, the very first thoughts we had on Battlefield 3. Anyway, it was defense on Domovan Peak. That's why I mentioned it. What I kind of want to talk about here is that August content drop that everybody and their mom got all up in arms about yesterday. And for those of you who live under a rock and don't know, when Battlefield 3 Premium was offered, they explained that you get all these different things according to a release calendar. And last month it was a soldier upgrade kit, which was new camouflage for your weapons and stuff like that. And this month, August, was the first one that had a bonus. It was called Battlefield 3 bonus content drop or something like that. It was nearing the end of the month, and they still hadn't come out with any information as to what it was going to be. So it came out today on the 23rd. So people had 23 days to really speculate what we were going to get next. And people's expectations got pretty high in the sense of what they thought they were going to get as opposed to what they actually did get. And what they released was a pack of images, like concept arts and stuff like that. I haven't even actually looked at it. Excuse me. And an Armored Kill exclusive video that isn't even out yet. And so the opportunity to explain or to give DICE ideas about upcoming maps, which is probably the most interesting thing about this whole thing, because it's not even like a real thing. It's more like an idea, but I'll come back to that. I want to go over the pictures and the overall idea of this content drop. The Battlefield 3 community did not take it well, and I was cracking jokes on Twitter the whole time. I thought it was pretty funny. Well, yeah, it doesn't make a big difference to me. Like, yeah, I played Battlefield 3 a lot, but it's not like I was like going like apeshit because I didn't get my urban camo for a weapon in the game. I do think it is pretty like crappy that they kind of strung us along, made us think that we were going to get something pretty cool, and ended up just being a few things that are easily locatable on the internet or will be. A lot of people overreacted, and this sort of started a bit of a chain reaction when it comes to people's dissatisfaction with DICE. And a lot of people started spouting off about everything that they were like unhappy with DICE, and a lot of people have a lot of legitimate reasons. Because believe me, this content thing isn't the biggest deal. Like it's just more or less the catalyst to get people talking about everything that DICE does that isn't, you know, up to scratch. The biggest one probably is lack of overall support and communication for the game, but this video isn't about that. One thing that we do need to realize is we kind of brought this on ourselves when it comes to what the bonus content was expected to be. DICE didn't tell you anything about what it was. They never made an announcement or alluded to what it was other than calling it a bonus content drop. So a lot of us went ahead and took the liberty of assuming that it was going to be something in-game, whether it was camos or a new gun, or a lot of people, actually I heard the theory tossed around that they were going to make it so you could play close quarters game types like Conquest, Domination and stuff on the original maps, which actually would have been a pretty cool thing. Clearly that's not the case, but the idea is people had enough time to talk about things and really start to wonder what DICE was going to give us for this bonus content. And the problem is the bonus content was only a few images in a video. So DICE probably wasn't even really worried about letting this go. They didn't think anybody should be looking forward to it, but then they go and drop it, and the shit hits the fan, and people are pissed. And it's kind of funny. I noticed after the Battlefield blog announced the video, and everyone started raging like crazy and started tagging directors and developers in their tweets saying, what the hell's going on? This is bullshit. A lot of those developers, or at least a few I noticed in my timeline, started tweeting the most random shit, almost like they wanted us to know that they're on Twitter, so they must be seeing what we're saying, and they're choosing to ignore it. And I think that just might be a frustration move on their point, because if you think about it, we did assume too much. We assumed we were going to get more than what was actually planned, and to be honest, nobody is to blame but ourselves. The lack of communication on DICE is an easy fallback point, and say, you know, DICE should have told us what we were going to get from the get-go. But to be honest, this is marketing. You know, you want to get people in with the mystery and stuff like that. So that's why they did what they did. So overall, the community as a whole needs to realize that DICE doesn't, you know, they didn't promise us anything when it comes to this bonus content drop. So anybody who's really pissed off about that should probably relax a little bit. And if you have issues with DICE in general, which I know there are a bunch of other issues that have been brought up even today that need addressing, unfortunately, we need to find a way to suggest to them. But the one thing I want to come back to, which I mentioned earlier, was the suggest features about a map to DICE. It was the third item in the content drop. I think it's some sort of forum or something like that where they're going to be taking your suggestions for a map. And that seems absolutely bizarre. I don't think map design is on the top of anybody's list as far as issues with Battlefield and stuff that we really want to give feedback on. Like maps. The best way to look at maps in any, first-person shooter or multiplayer shooter is, aside from it being just a wide-open field, like the Octagon in Halo, the custom map, the Octagon, where it's nothing but an open space and it's just gun skill, gun on gun. There's pretty much the attitude that you need to take is, let's see what they come out with the map. Let somebody else tell you what the map is. Let them create the map and let you play on it, and then you can sort of decide what's good and not. Like, I don't even know how people would decide like what they want for a map. Are they gonna say like, oh no, it would be cool is if we were fighting on a moving cruise boat, like a cruise ship? That would be fun. Is that like what they're looking for? That's confusing to me. I don't know why people would even be excited to give feedback on a location or a map design. It's not like it's not like Battlefield even plays to a mirrored like map design with like opposite facing bases. That's not even like how Battlefield rocks. It's just all they have to do is pick like an awesome set of terrain, throw some flags down, and people don't care about that stuff. So I think it is a weird move. I don't really, and I think that's what might have pissed a lot of people off, because nobody cares about giving suggestions for upcoming maps. They'd rather give suggestions for like undo this game-breaking patch or fix the game with this patch, or I mean, I'm not even going to go into what the different things are that people are complaining about, but there's a list longer than my schlong. So, anyway, guys, this game's wrapping up. As you can see, I did pretty okay. I mean, I capped a lot of headshots, which some were lucky and some were, I was aiming at least. And I actually get a quick clutch little save here. We get the arm, and here I am dibble-dabbling around. I can't get a kill here, and the puppy goes in for the epic save of the MCOM, because I think there's a few guys in there now trying to defuse it, and he can't quite pull it off, but I spawn on him just in time, and I cap the guy trying to defuse just before it goes off. So anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below. I'm sure you're all talked out about this issue, but I'll be interested to see what you guys have to say. Peace out.